Someone tells you that you did something well. And something in you immediately looks for the exit. Not out of modesty. Not out of shyness. Something deeper pulls you away from that moment. Almost like the compliment itself is the threat. You deflect it. Minimize it. Hand it back. And then, quietly, alone later, you wonder why you can never just receive something good. There's a reason for that. And it's not what you think. Think about the last time someone told you they were proud of you. Or that you handled something beautifully. Or that you're more capable than you give yourself credit for. What happened inside you? Maybe a small flinch. A reflex that said, they don't really see me. Or, if they knew the full picture, they wouldn't say that. Or simply, don't trust this. So you said something like, oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky. You're being too kind. And the person who offered you something genuine, watched you fold it up, and slide it back across the table. This isn't occasional. For a lot of people, it's automatic. And it bleeds into everything. At work, you downplay your contributions before anyone else can question them. In relationships, when someone says they love something about you, you quietly wonder what they're not seeing. In your own head, the inner voice that critiques you speaks with full authority. While the voice that defends you sounds hollow. Unconvincing. You've built an identity around a particular story about yourself. Not necessarily a cruel story. Just a careful one. One that keeps expectations low. One that keeps you prepared. And compliments, real ones, threaten that story. Here's what this is not. It is not arrogance in reverse. It is not false modesty. It is not a character flaw you need to force yourself out of. This is adaptation. At some point in your life, probably earlier than you can consciously access, being seen as capable, impressive, or good, came with a cost. Maybe high expectations followed. Maybe disappointment came when you inevitably fell short. Maybe being praised felt like pressure disguised as warmth. Or maybe the praise simply wasn't consistent enough to feel safe. One day you were wonderful. The next, you were too much. Or not enough. So your brain, which is wired above all else for prediction and safety, learned something important. Don't build on praise. It shifts. What feels like an inability to accept compliments, is actually a very intelligent protective mechanism, that no longer needs to run. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Psychologists call this self-concept consistency, the brain's deep drive to keep incoming information aligned with how you already see yourself. Your self-concept is not just your opinion of yourself. It's a structural map the brain uses to predict the world. Think of your self-image as a load-bearing wall in a house. You've built an entire architecture of beliefs and behaviors around it. When someone offers a compliment that doesn't match that wall, the brain's first job isn't to feel good. It's to protect the structure. So it rejects the information. Or distorts it. They're just being polite. They don't really know me. There's also something else at work here. Neuroscience research on social threat shows that being seen and evaluated activates the same neural circuitry as physical danger. For people whose early experiences of being seen were unpredictable. Praise followed by criticism, warmth followed by withdrawal, visibility itself became something to manage carefully. Compliments force visibility. And visibility, to this nervous system, means exposure. So your brain learned to diffuse compliments before they could land. Not because you don't want them. But because wanting them, and then losing them, felt like a risk, not worth taking. So what do you actually do with this? Not force yourself to say, thank you, with confidence you don't feel. That's performance. Not change. Here's what actually works. Step 1. Notice the reflex, before you run it. The deflection happens fast, almost pre-verbal. Your first task is simply to catch it. Not to stop it. Just to notice it. There it is. My brain just moved to reject that. That pause, between the stimulus and the reaction, that's where choice lives. Step 2. Receive first. Evaluate later. You don't have to believe the compliment immediately. You just have to let it enter, before you assess it. Someone tells you they trust your judgment. Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm not sure about that," you say, "Thank you." And you don't add anything. Just that. Step 3. Build a compliment archive. Physically write down, 3 things people have genuinely said about you in the past 6 months. Not things you decided are true. Things that were offered to you, and that you deflected. The self-concept updates through accumulated evidence, not single moments of insight. You're not building ego. You're building evidence. Step 4. Separate the compliment from the expectation. Part of why praise feels dangerous is this hidden belief: if they think I'm capable, I have to keep performing at that level. You're not rejecting the compliment. You're rejecting the contract you think comes with it. When someone says you're good at something, remind yourself, this is what they observed. It's not a promise I owe them. Step 5. Practice receiving in low-stakes moments. A stranger says they like your jacket. Let it land. A coworker says you explained something clearly. Don't minimize it. Small moments of received warmth train the nervous system to tolerate visibility before the big moments arrive. Here's the one thing to carry with you. Your brain built a wall to protect you from the instability of being seen, and then unseen. That wall was intelligent. It served you. But a wall that kept out pain, also kept out light. What you're doing now isn't dismantling the wall. It's learning, slowly, in small moments, that it's safe to open the door. Not all the way. Not all at once. Just enough to let something good come in, without immediately sending it back. You don't have to become someone who beams at praise. You don't have to perform gratitude you don't feel. You just have to stop treating every good thing someone offers you as a problem to be solved. Some part of you has been working very hard to stay small enough to be safe. And that part of you did a good job. But you're not in that room anymore. The people who see something real in you, they're not setting a trap. They're just telling you what they see. You're allowed to let that in.